This is Rider Club Radio, where we talk about Kamen Rider. Specifically, lately, we've been talking about Kamen Rider Ghost. And episode 7 just came out after a while. So what happened in today's episode, Liam?
Wait, what's your name, though? I forgot.
Nobody gives a shit.
Oh, you're not gonna do it?
No, nobody cares.
Wow, we're shaking it up this episode.
My name's Jeff.
And I'm Liam.
You said it the same way, even. Nothing's been shaken up.
And today we're gonna talk about Kamen Rider Ghost episode 7.
What happened in today's episode, you asshole?
What the fuck did I... Okay, so today, a guy comes into the ghost hunting.
People are gonna think that we actually really hate each other.
I'm surprised they don't already.
Alright, go ahead.
Somebody comes into the ghost hunting group, and he says, the whole apartment building I used to live in is fucked up. Everybody's around there, they all, act all strange, and they keep staring at me, and they leave somewhere at night. But I can't follow them because there's a wind that, knocks me back, and my best friend is also fucked up, and he doesn't remember me anymore. So, Takeru and the gang are like, oh, this must be a Ganma, this must be, this or that. So, we're gonna go investigate, and Akari and Onari, they go and investigate, they found the tooth guy, they're tracking the tooth guy, and they're tracking him somewhere. So the gang splits up, they go to investigate, and Takeru checks out the apartment complex, and while he's there, everyone acts weird, as usual, just as described, and he encounters a new Genma, who's a bee cowgirl. She's got, a cowboy hat and a little skirt.
She's a bee cowgirl, but has no fucking cowgirl about her whatsoever. She just has a hat on. It's a cowboy hat.
Yeah, she's got a cowboy hat, and the skirt is kind of a cowgirl looking.
She just has bee powers.
Yeah, she got bee powers.
That would be it's exactly like if Captain America was, he's in his normal American outfit and everything, but he also just had a pirate hat on. No reason. He just likes pirates.
I'd like that a little more, actually. I'd like that to be in the Captain America Civil War, if they can get that in there.
If Marvel, we know you listen to this podcast.
Someone out there at Marvel.
Happen.
Yeah, get on it.
Edit it into all the finished footage, since that shit's coming out soon.
It'll be just like the Star Wars Blu-rays, every version released after today, you can give them a little pirate hat.
Beautiful.
Nothing's more American than pirates.
Yeah, America's long storied history of piracy.
So Takeru fights the bee Gamma, and he gets interrupted by, again, Kamen Rider Chaser, Spectre, who tackles him from the side.
That was the perfect sniffle. You just cut that perfectly.
Who tackles him from the side. They have an admittedly kind of cool fight. They have Nobunaga versus Musashi, and they go at each other, and it's the only good part of this episode. And then they...
Spoilers for how we feel about it.
Wow, opinion spoilers, Liam? Hashtag opinion spoilers. They fight each other. And nobody really gets the upper hand on anyone. And Spectre runs off, and Takeru decides to go after the people. He decides to go investigate. Meanwhile, Akari and Onari, they follow the tooth guy, and they follow him to a cowboy hat store, like a cowboy paraphernalia store. And the tooth guy... In Japan. I mean, they like America there. I mean, Japanese people fucking love America.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Thank you for that overtime, by the way.
I want to talk a little later about how much I like the subs for this series, but in a minute. So the tooth guy goes to the cowboy store, and he's like, here's Billy the Kid's hat, check this shit out, you love this shit, right? And he's like, oh my god, oh wow, Billy the Kid's hat, I love it so much. And then he draws the eye, and then he makes the Billy the Kid icon, and he captures Billy the Kid in his suitcase.
And his suitcase has an eyeball in it with a mouth, just like the belts, for no discernible reason thus far revealed.
Well, they're made with the same technology, I guess, if you can call it technology. They're made with the same magic.
Well, it's technology, I guess, because it's it's revealed in this episode, in a scene right after this, that Tooth Guy and Takeru's papa were also ghost scientists performing an experiment. So I figure that'll tie in eventually. But they're at the haberdashery.
Yeah,
and Akari and Onari have followed him there.
And he takes the soul, he turns it into an icon, and he runs off, and Akari and Onari sneak after him. We also find out this episode that Spectre is the childhood friend of Takeru who disappeared 10 years ago, and he got sucked into, like, a portal as part of an accident. He fell into the Gamma world, and his sister is still there, I think. She's in an Eyecon now. It's all very vague. He got out, and his sister stayed. Perhaps it's...
I'm gonna guess he got out with Aaron?
Alan? Is it Alan or Aaron?
I don't know. I thought it was Alan, but it's subbed as Aaron.
Well, shit. I liked Alan more. I don't like Aaron.
I'm gonna say Alan.
Yeah.
Alan... I think Alan probably rescued him, and that's why they're best pals now.
That might be it. So he's out, his sister is still in. That's why he's collecting the 15.
Maybe.
Well, probably. I mean, what other reason would he have?
I mean, he's obviously getting the 15 so he can save his sister, but she's probably still in the ghost world. She might just be dead.
That's true. But, I mean, when you're dead, you go to the ghost world anyway, so...
Spoilers for when you die.
She's there one way or the other. So, Akari and Onari, they chase after the tooth guy, and they chase him to an abandoned warehouse or whatever, like an office building or something. And Onari, like, strides up to confront him and trips and falls on him, and he knocks out the Eyecon out of his hand, and he grabs it. And he's like, yeah, I got the Eyecon. And they fight some Ganmas, and there's some toy shit. There's, like, a toy lantern.
Fight is in quotation marks here.
They trip all over some Ganmas.
They fucking Scooby-Doo chase around a room with some Ganmas.
Yeah, and they...
I would love to see that re-edited with Benny Hill music, like yakety sax playing over it. Maybe that would make it entertaining.
They escape with the power of the bat clock, and it's got like a sonic screech, and it leads them back to Takeru. So they go back to Takeru, and on their way back to Takeru finds, he catches up with the civilians, and he finds they're all being mind-controlled by little, like, bee grubs, or wasp grubs, or what have you. And he takes them off, and he cuts them off, and then the bee lady appears, and she's like, those are my fucking children! They're my babies! You murdered my babies! So understandably, she flies into a rage and starts attacking Ghost, but Ghost can't hack it. He fights, and he's like, she turns into a swarm of bees, and he's like, I can't possibly handle this. And then Akari and Onari appear, and Onari's like, take this gun, because, you know, that's the best weapon against a bee, is a gun. And he throws him the Billy the Kid Eyecon, and he uses it, and he shoots the bees, and he fucking...
Let's be real here for a second. In the rock, paper, scissors scenario, where anything is taking any of the spots, gun is still the top weapon in the scenario. Gun is better than bee.
Okay, bee beats sword. Sword beats gun. Gun beats bee. Is that the rock, paper, scissors?
Sword beats gun in, like, a Final Fantasy game, maybe.
Sword beats gun in Japan, in general. Japanese media.
Well, in Japanese media, they always run up, like, 3 foot away from somebody and pull their gun out.
Yeah, and they can cut bullets in half over there, too. They know how. They just didn't share the secret with anyone.
It's an ancient Japanese secret. They keep it on the DL so nobody knows.
Yeah. You gotta live there. Where were we talking about again?
I think we were talking about Kamen Rider Ghost.
Yeah, he shoots a bunch of bees with, like, a laser gun. The bat clock turns into a gun. And he shoots a bunch of bees with it. And he fucking shoots them. And then, right when he's starting to kick her ass, she combines with, like, is it a vehicle? I don't know. It happens so fast. She combines with, like, a dump truck or something.
Like, he does, like, the gatai with the 2 guns, and he makes a bigger gun, and he fires the big gun. And the big gun kills Bee-Lady, but Bee-Lady turns golden, like, it's fucking Kamen Rider Drive again, and suddenly she flies off and merges with a fucking tent or something.
I don't know, but she turns into this awful, like, scooping truck bee. A CGI abomination is the best way to describe it.
Yeah, like, CGI starts flinging all over the fucking screen. I don't know what's happening.
It's the same as the big electricity dildo when he turned into the thing, and Ghost
turns into a big bee dildo.
Exactly, and Ghost gets on the lizard, and then the episode ends with to be continued. So, Jeff, I know we've already sort of touched on it at this point.
If Ghost got on the lizard and the episode didn't end, I still wouldn't fucking care. Like, the episode ends as soon as he gets on the fucking lizard, to me.
Yeah. Oh, God. So, Ghost, I mean, Jeff, what do you think of this episode of Ghost?
This episode was shit.
No kidding.
Like, I hate to have such a harsh opinion, because there were parts of this episode that were pretty good.
Yeah. like I said.
But they were the minority parts.
Yeah.
Like, the Ghost versus Spectre fight is really cool. It's really well done. And Ghost getting some backbone is exceptionally welcome.
Absolutely.
I feel like his progression as a character is all over the fucking place still.
Yeah.
Like, there wasn't really a build-up to him getting a spine. Just in this episode, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna have a spine this episode. And thus he does.
I bet that's gonna go away soon, too, because I don't think the writers have development planned out for his character for 50 episodes. They're just gonna have him flip-flop for a bit, and then he's gonna go all one way. Maybe, I don't know, like episode 30 or something. Later.
Flip-flop a little bit for a little while, and then almost at the end of the series, he'll change.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty fucking inconsistent, but I was really happy to see him stand up to Spectre, and he actually kind of beats Spectre, really, when you think about it, because little Makoto in the flashback, little Spectre, was like, oh, you ran away, you give up, I win. And Spectre, little
Takeru Jr.
Little Takeru cries about it, but he's wrong all the time, so fuck him. So when old Makoto runs away, he gives up and thus loses.
Perfect.
Giving Ghost his first victory.
Woo!
After getting jumped on and the shit kicked out of him every episode thus far.
To be fair, he got jumped on, he got the shit kicked out of him last episode. But Spectre did leave without killing him, so I'd say that counts as him running away.
He left without killing him, but Takeru ran away like a bitch first.
No, he was right there. He was just a few trees away.
Yeah, untransformed, invisible. He was hiding.
He had the disadvantage, but the fat lady had not sung quite yet.
His disadvantage was being a bitch. That was his disadvantage.
Okay. How about that? Spectre ran away when Onari yelled something. That's a loss.
Yeah, he was afraid of Onari.
He saw this goofy bald monk, and he was like, oh, fuck this, I'm out of here. I'm not dealing with this guy today.
As we all did. So that fight seems pretty cool. Onari and Akari run around like they're the fucking Scooby-Doo gang during this.
At least they do something. That's fine. They get their hands on something.
They do something, but it's like so fucking nonsensical. Like, they follow around Tooth Man, who condenses an entire episode's plot into like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
He walks in and he's like, hey, here's a cool hat. And the guy's like, oh, fuck, I love hats. Yippee-ki-yay. And then an icon pops out. And that's a whole episode right there.
Yeah.
And he just fucking condenses it to 10 seconds and then walks out, and Akari and Onari follow him.
When this episode started and the guy said, oh, my friend's been acting weird, I thought to myself, oh, the friend is going to coincidentally have an obsession with Billy the Kid or something. But the friend is just a guy, and the Billy the Kid subplot was just pushed off for Akari and Onari to explore. Which,
yeah, even the fucking writers are getting tired of that shit.
I don't know if I hate that. It gives them something to do and it changes the structure a little bit, but it felt, it was paced a bit awkwardly, and the Tooth guy, I'm feeling a sneeze coming on. Okay, it's good. Never mind, it's fine. The Tooth guy acts, I don't know what he's doing. Like, he gets the icon, and then he goes to this building, and then he's just standing there. But, like, what? Why did he go there? What was he doing there? I guess it's not really important, but it was something I was thinking.
It's not important, but it does seem weird. And, like, they should have written him doing something.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta take a piss. I better stop at this office building. Something.
Even if it was something as simple as, like, I've got an icon, I've got an abandoned building, I'm gonna try and summon a Ganma or something. Yeah. I'll try and, draw a sigil on the floor or something. Maybe that's what he was going to do, but it would have been nice to show it.
In the middle of the room for, 30 seconds doing nothing.
Yeah.
This is my favorite stand-in spot.
He had to relax after the day's events. He had to go to his abandoned office building.
I guess. And, speaking of, weird fucking scenes, it's the same scene, but it's after he summons the two, drones, the two drone enemies, whatever the fuck they're actually called. Yeah. That was the most awkward scene I've ever seen in my life.
The suit acting from the combatmen is a little strange. Their movements are not what the other ones are. I guess it's the space they're working with.
It's the space, and they're working with like comedic actors who are just being like goofy and weird and flailing, and they have to not hit them.
Yeah,
and it's completely unbelievable. Their actions and stuff. They like slow their swings down and like stop completely and reposition themselves to attack.
And I'm gonna come out and say something right now. I know somebody's gonna fucking say it. Don't anybody come out and say, oh, it's a show about ghosts, it doesn't have to be believable. Fuck you, preemptively. There's a thing called internal consistency that fiction needs to have.
Absolutely agree with that.
So let's clear that up right now. I thought this episode was going to be about backstory. The preview that we got in the last episode is like, oh, you want to know what happens 10 years ago? This is what happened 10 years ago. This happened, this happened. There was no mention of a bee. There was no mention of the apartment block people. I was really excited to have an episode that was all about story. That was just their main conflict would have been Ghost and Spectre. Lots of dialogue between them. And they tricked me. They tricked me real good.
You know, at the end of this episode, we get the little preview that's like, oh, I can't believe what happened 10 years ago. Like, I know who Spectre is now. Like, I know the secret of this or that. And it's going to be the same thing where those are the only lines that refer to it in the entire episode, and they put them all in the preview, which is what they did last time.
It's going to be fucking Bee Lady again next week, because she doesn't die today. Oh!
The monster of the fortnight.
The monster of the fortnight returns. This is... Like, I get there...
Weird scenes. A lot of weird scenes in this one. Just, like, the pacing is off in this episode. And it's not off in a little way that seems inconsistent with other episodes or the series Kamen Rider in general. It's off in a way that seems unnatural to the viewer.
Yeah.
On every level. It's not just like, oh, this isn't how Kamen Rider normally is. This isn't how television normally is.
Even Japanese television.
Like the scene where fucked up Teeth Man goes to talk to Spectre, and he's like, hey, what happened 10 years ago? And Spectre's like, oh, some shit. Don't talk about my fucking sister! And then fucked up Teeth Guy's like, oh, alright, bye.
It's like the writer sitting down and going, oh, we need to get this information across, we need to get this information across. Okay, check mark.
Yeah, but, like, there was so little information that came across there. He's like, oh, your sister's trapped in an Eyecon, huh? Don't talk about my sister. Alright, well, I'm gonna leave the scene now. Bye. Thanks for that. I appreciate you shoving that in the middle of an episode.
I think the reason why we have a two-parter this episode is because it's supposed to be a big important thing, because, oh, Ghost is going to find out that Spectre was secretly his childhood friend, but we've discovered who this childhood friend is. We discovered he has a childhood friend today, just now. I've learned it like 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
So, what is so fucking important?
That feels like something they should have had in, like, the first couple episodes, like, before they even introduced Spectre.
Yeah.
So you can be like, oh shit, Spectre's that kid we learned about earlier.
Yeah.
And now it's like, Spectre's the kid we learned about in an episode focusing on Spectre's backstory.
By the way, Spectre was a kid, and he was friends with Takeru. Just all at once.
By the way, Spectre was also a child once.
He was at one point a child.
It just feels weird. Like, the whole... It feels like it wasn't written beforehand. It's like they're writing it while they're sitting in the chairs, like, warming the cameras up. I don't know how they film things. I assume they warm cameras up.
You gotta, rev the ripcord on the side of the camera and wait. It's winter, so you gotta let it spool up a little.
In all the camera footage I've seen, someone is turning a crank on the side of the camera. So
yeah, Japan is kind of behind on tech. They still use fax machines. Spectre is disappointing me around every turn. When he appeared, I liked him. The first episode that had him, I liked that episode a lot. I thought he was going to breathe some life into the series. And now he's just Chaser. He's just Machine Chaser.
He's Machine Chaser without any of the build-up for Machine Chaser's, like, appearance. Like, there's no cool music that plays and there's no, like, showing him coming to the scene. Like, oh shit, Chaser's here to fuck up your day. It's there's like he just jumps in the fucking frame.
Yeah, it's fucked up. That was how he... Oh, God. Last episode, he steps out onto the frame and he transforms and it's awkward. This episode, Ghost is wrestling with... Jesus. I'm gonna cry. Ghost is wrestling with the bee. I'm gonna fucking... Ghost is wrestling with the bee and Spectre just jumps in from off frame. It's just like, bam, here he is.
He jumps into the fucking frame like somebody just threw him into the frame.
Yeah. Like,
get out there, you missed your cue!
3 interns off screen was like, you were supposed to be in 2 shots ago! Poor guy's like, oh, I'll just direct myself towards Ghost. I'll just hit him.
And I was excited about what type of character Spectre was going to be out of suit. I was like, oh, well, maybe he'll be like a huge dickhead and Liam will love him. And then when he started talking and stuff, I was like, maybe he'll be the catalyst that makes Ghost get his shit together. And I mean, he has kind of been like that.
Yeah.
Because I've agreed with everything he said to a point, but every time he's on screen and Ghost isn't, it's just him not understanding shit. Like, someone says something to him and he repeats it with a question mark. That's his fucking character. He is the Solid Snake of the series.
And also, for all he emotes, he might as well be a fucking robot.
Yeah, did people just, like, really love Chaser so much that they're like, let's put this guy in and he'll be a fucking robot too. We're not gonna make him one, but he can just act like
I like Chaser. He's cool. He might have been my favorite rider from Chaser. Drive, but, like, I don't want him again. I don't want every rider to be a good rider. Yeah, like, I like Knight. I don't want every fucking rider to be Knight.
Yeah, I don't want any rider to be Knight.
Oh, yeah, okay. You know what? That wasn't bad. I'll give you that one. I won't get upset. That was well done.
This episode was disappointing because I was so certain that this episode was going to give us more than previous episodes. And it's almost like it gave us less.
They tricked me. John Toy made an ass out of me.
And it might be, I will give the episode this, it might be that you and I have built-in meta-knowledge of this series that they haven't given us up front
Well,
yet.
I did create the series, so yeah, I know most about it, yeah.
Fuck you. Like, we knew that Spectre's name is Makoto.
Yes. So,
they don't actually say his name in this episode. Like, the subs say, like, his sister's saying Makoto, but his sister's just saying brother.
Yeah, wait, no, I'm pretty sure they say the name Makoto once towards the end. But you do find out a little later or a little earlier than you're supposed to because of the subs.
Yeah, and I mean, like, the little girl voice or whatever talking to him saying, like, big brother. We didn't know, like, that's his actual sister because people use that shit for everything in Japan.
Yeah.
Like, young people call old people that.
Kids call older people, yeah.
Yeah, so we weren't really supposed to know that that's his sister yet. So that could have been a pretty... I don't even know if that's a big reveal. This guy's been in 3 fucking episodes.
This is his shtick. We're just getting his shtick now.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's so underwhelming.
Yeah, I was really excited for this guy, but he's not, like, I thought he's going to be the catalyst. He's going to be the guy that, butts heads with Ghost, lights a fire in his ass. He's going to be the main catalyst for his development, and he's going to be the rival. But now that I know they were friends as kids, I can guess with almost 100% certainty that he's going to be a good guy. He's going to turn good. You said it before.
And... Well, I knew he was going to turn good eventually. A secondary rider isn't a villain.
Maybe
in
he
Kamen
wasn't
Rider series very often.
Maybe he wasn't the secondary though. Maybe there wasn't going to be a secondary. Maybe they were going to change something.
Liam, do you know you're watching Kamen Rider?
No, apparently.
We're firmly entrenched in this whole rigmarole now. Like, the secondary rider is just Chase again, even. That's how close they're playing it to the chest.
I don't think we're firmly entrenched in this yet. I think Drive didn't shake up too much. Ghost doesn't shake up too much, but just 2 seasons ago we had a season that's very different, very divisive. It inspires a lot of strong opinions from fans. That's Gaim, right? Gaim was pretty crazy.
Yeah. Gaim was pretty out there, and I mean, even before Gaim, there was Forze, which broke the mold quite heavily. It was like a Persona 4 kind of like high school,
a different sort of setting
type
than
thing.
Rider is usually used to. We have Rider series.
It's just I worry though because if you go back to, like, near the end of Drive, when we were speculating on what the next series was going to be, I was voicing my fears that Ryder had fallen into a rut.
Yeah.
That because there were safe plays that they could make.
Yeah.
And that's what they were going to make because things weren't doing so hot toy sales-wise.
Yeah.
And so far, that seems to be the case. And I mean, I'm hearing a lot of people put forth the opinion that this is reminding them pretty heavily of Wizard.
Oh boy.
Which, depending on your opinion of Wizard, might be a good or bad thing.
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
I worry about it, though. Like, and if you go back to the beginning of us talking about Drive, like, I think we started on, like, episode 25?
We were like mid-20s, early 30s, I think we started.
Yeah, so I guess if you dig up me and the dead guy talking about Drive when it first started.
Oh, you guys. Oh, God. I don't know when you guys did it.
If you fucking excavate the ruins underneath which Rider Club Radio episode 0
Buried
exists,
with the dead guy, actually. You're going to have to find his grave.
You have to open up his crypt and defeat him with a wooden stake.
Open up his crypt
water.
And get his Eyecon.
And if you play the Eyecon, it plays the episode.
What would Tomas's item be? A fucking Game Center CX DVD? Or...
Anyway, I was talking about... He was, like, pretty hard on Drive.
Yeah.
And I was talking about how I didn't have much of a problem with it because so much of Rider is episodic. Drive was episodic, but its characters drew me in and made me care about them.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about Ghost's characters so far.
Yeah.
They're just so bland.
They're
I don't know.
They're one note is what they are. And Takeru feels like nothing because he keeps jumping all over the place. You don't have a solid hold of who he is as a person, which...
Well, you wanted to talk about subs.
I wanted to talk about subs. I really like the subs for this series. I know Overtime usually does good stuff, but I like this especially because the way they handle a lot of the belt sounds is very nice. The way they've translated everything, especially, like you said, Yippee-ki-yay.
Yippee-ki-yay made me fucking shit. It
the
was
hat
so
owner,
funny.
The cowboy Westabu hat owner, when he gets the thing, I don't remember what exact Japanese... phrase he uses, but it's a generic...
He says, like, yattaze!
Yeah, it's like a generic Japanese, like, yay, hooray sort of phrase, and they translate it as yippee-ki-yay! Like he's about to pull out a revolver and start shooting into the air at any second. I love that. And they don't have to do it, but they do it, and it adds a little bit. But one thing I love more than anything is when they do the driver, when they turn off the driver, it says, oh yasumi, which is like a generic... it's like something polite you say when you're about to go to bed. It means, like, good night or whatever. But the way Overtime translates it is time for some shut-eye. And, like, they don't have to, but they do it. And it's that little extra mile that I like. It's good. I can appreciate that.
If you translate it directly, it could end up sounding really bland.
Yeah, a belt that just
really
says goodnight.
Or really, like, stilted or something. But adding that little bit of, like, context that a Western audience would understand.
Yeah.
And get the meaning... in the same way that the Japanese audience is getting it.
Yeah.
That's good subbing.
And I liked this episode, the fight, I said that before, the fight between Musashi and Nobunaga only made me want all the more, like, to wish against hope that was their base forms. It was so cool seeing, like, you see the two historical figures clashing, and they're both from Japanese history, and it's neat. It's really cool, and I like the suits, and it was... I'm fine
without them being the base forms.
Yeah,
I love Spectre's base forms so much. I want to fucking marry it. It's
the
so
Ghost
beautiful.
and Spectre suits are great. I love them, but I would like a more historical connection right from the start. Like to have that theme right there.
Spectre's belt theme, like when it says like check this out or whatever, and it repeats it over and over, is funky as fuck. I want that to be my ringtone.
The belt sounds in Ghost are very good. I enjoy them a lot.
Also, like whoring out the dick sucking we just did for Overtime, you guys owe us real money.
You can, send that in cash, please. Send that in yen, actually. That'd be nice.
Just cut out the fucking middleman. It's going right to Toei's pockets anyway.
Yeah. Speaking of stuff going right to Toei's pockets, I've been thinking I might buy an Eyecon. Just one.
Really? Which Eyecon do you think you're gonna get?
I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna hold out that maybe there will be a Napoleon Eyecon. Or perhaps Blackbeard, if it goes that way. If not, I have no idea. If not, maybe I'll get Nobunaga or something. But I think Icons are like nifty little things. They're not as cool.
They are pretty nifty.
They're not the coolest Rider toys, but they're neat. They look cool, and they'd be cool for sitting on a desk. Like, oh, here's like, you know, I'm a big fan of. If you're a physicist, you can like. I'm a big fan of Isaac Newton. You have a little Isaac Newton icon. I don't know how many physicists there are watching Kamen Rider, but there you go.
See, I hope that the movie has a Leonardo da Vinci icon.
Oh yeah, it's right up your alley.
Because I've mentioned before I love Leonardo da Vinci, so that would be amazing to have. That'd be the one I'd want.
I should probably point out I don't like Napoleon. I think he's a shit. But like, he's a fun historical figure. I would want. Fun. Yeah, he's a fun guy.
The bloodbaths he calls were just rip-roaring good times.
The villainous conqueror is a super. I would love to sit down and have a beer with him. But no, I'd like a little Napoleon icon. I'd buy that.
A little Napoleon icon?
He wasn't actually short.
He wasn't even that short. He had a tiny penis, though.
Probably. All world conquerors deep down have a tiny penis.
Is there anybody like famous from Canadian history?
Oh, John A. MacDonald.
I don't even know who the fuck that is.
You don't know John A. Well, okay, nobody knows John A. MacDonald. William Shatner's Canadian.
They have to be dead. William Shatner's not dead yet.
Okay,
he looks like it.
The guy who created one of the guys who created penicillin was Canadian. I don't remember his name, so I guess he's not that famous. But
everybody wants to go out and buy the I don't remember his name icon.
Just a big question mark. Famous Canadians? Fuck. You're putting me on the spot here. I didn't study Canadian history. I studied European history.
Yeah, how fucked up is that? A Canadian historian who doesn't know Canadian history.
I would buy a Sir Robert Borden icon. There we go.
We already have a Billy the Kid icon. A fucking murderous thief. That's the American icon. We have Thomas Edison, who was also a thief.
So who's next?
I don't know.
When are we going to get the Nixon icon?
You know what the little saying when you hit it would be, I am not a crook.
Yeah, when you put it in.
There was something about this episode I wanted to talk about.
What was it? Bees?
No, it wasn't bees. Oh yeah, what I wanted to talk about is that there is an actual fucking toy commercial in this episode.
Oh my god, I forgot to mention that completely.
Yeah, they go to the fucking whiteboard and they show the little ghost magnet and drive magnet that you get for going to the fucking movie. Stop. They show it on the board and make the little noises from the commercial and they're like, oh, I made it, isn't it so great?
Fucking turn it off.
It's so awkward and just, it's inserted in there like, hey, you get this if you go see the movie.
Like, Ghost gets a little note that says, oh, today you're gonna have Billy the Kid because the old sage is off doing his own thing. And it could have been left at that. That's all you need for the plot, right? You don't need anything else. But Akari says, oh, I'll pin it to our whiteboard with this Kamen Rider Ghost magnet. Only 0 yen if you go and see Super Movie Wars Genesis. And also
they're like, oh, it's so cute. And she's like, I know. And then they
sure wish I had
stare
one
at
of those. And they both wink at the camera.
They both look directly into the camera for 30 full seconds. It was really out of place.
And there's a Kamen Rider Drive one, too. And nobody stops to go, why did you make one for the other guy? Who's that?
Who the fuck is this?
Who's the red one?
Oh, is that guy I met in a fucking warehouse once?
Maybe this takes place right after the movie. It's the only explanation.
Kamen Rider Ghost is horseshit. No, it's alright.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say it's horseshit.
Horseshit is
It's alright. It's really not grabbing me.
Dead Guy's not watching it anymore, eh?
Yeah, Dead Guy dropped it. I want you all to know that. Dead Guy said that his hands were fucking clean of this series.
He said
he would pick it back up if some shit happens down the road.
Yeah, I thought we were being a little harsh on last week's episode, but apparently we went easy on it, because, oof. Hey, Dead Guy, if you're listening and you're wondering if the show got better, it's not. Not yet.
Not yet. Apparently, some people have no problems with it, and I guess your tolerance for episodic is far higher than mine. I mean, Drive was super episodic, but like I said, I gave a shit about the characters already. They were endearing.
Yeah, episodic can be done well. Like I said, Black does it better than any other series I've ever seen. It doesn't have to be bad, but in Ghost it's not great. The writing just isn't good enough to support it.
We got no hugging, crying scene this time, so at least they're not doing that every episode.
That was off screen. The teeth guy, you didn't see it because the camera panned away, but he hugged the guy behind the counter and cried a little bit.
I could not
imagine. He drooled a little bit through his teeth.
I can imagine few things that would be worse than getting a hug from that fucking creeper.
Maybe he needs a hug. Maybe that's why he's such a creeper.
Maybe he needs a fucking dentist.
We spent almost 40 minutes just talking about the episode. Is this what it's going to be like from now on if they keep being bad?
We tore this one apart. Like, I feel like we're probably going to get some angry responses this time.
If an episode
leads me into my new point.
Oh, okay.
Which is, from here on out, we want to hear what you guys have to say about Kamen Rider Ghost, because we're fair and balanced and impartial, and we would like to make fun of your opinions. So we're starting a new segment on the show called Secondary Rider Opinions. So all you have to do is tweet at us at Rider Club Radio after you've watched the episode about your feelings on the episode, and we might talk about it on the air.
Sick.
And so it might foster some discussion.
Do what you already do.
So during that window...
Do what you already do, and we might talk about it.
Nobody ever does that, though. They're always like, after our episode comes out, they start telling us their opinions on the Ghost episode. I want to fucking bypass that.
Get them raw.
I want... Right after you see the episode, tweet at us at Rider Club Radio. Tell us how you felt about the episode, what you think our opinions are going to be. If you're on the spot, you might win a prize.
Someone did that this week.
Your prize is fucking nothing.
Your prize is, we think about you once before we forget about you.
Smug satisfaction that you picked out what our shit opinion was going to be.
Great. I like it already.
Who did it this time around?
At JetstreamR3V said, "Man, Rider Club Radio is going to shit all over this week's episode. This script." Oh boy! So there's our first secondary writer opinion. You nailed it.
Your opinion was correct.
It, buddy. Shit.
Fuck. I don't hate Ghost. I'm not dropping Ghost. But, man, I'm not really interested in Ghost.
Yeah, I'm not going to drop it either. I have hope.
It's weird how many times last episode we said, but we're only 6 episodes in. And how few times we said we're only 7 episodes in.
Because
this time.
When they keep fucking up, you stop forgiving them after a certain amount of time.
I will cap this discussion off unless you have anything else to add.
No.
With, we are only 7 episodes in.
Okay, perfect. Thumbs down.
Yeah, my review for this episode is thumbs down.
Ah, well. On to happier segments. You ready? You ready for some news?
Okay. Yeah, I'm about as ready for news as I'm ever gonna be.
Okay. Toei is turning to the fans to vote for who you want the next Kamen Rider Gaim Gaiden movie to be about.
You better vote correctly.
Yeah, you better vote for Ornak, or else you're...
Ornak,
or else you're fucked up.
Vote for Grydon.
Your options are Kurokage, Marika, Gridon, Bravo, Ryugen, Jam, for some fucking reason, and Gaim.
Everybody was chomping at the bit to get more Kamen Rider Jam adventures.
Oh, yeah. Everyone saw the last episode of Gaim and they were like, I want more of that.
Everybody knows that the most in-depth, nuanced character in all Kamen Rider history is Kamen Rider Jam.
Ugh. So, yeah, go and vote. And please vote for Ornak, Gridon, however you want to say it. Do that for me. Do it for me.
I say vote for Bravo.
Okay, if we can get an Jorochi and Oren movie, that's the best case scenario.
That is the best case scenario. I would accept anyone but Jam.
Okay, yeah. What about Gaim? A Gaim Gaiden about Gaim?
The actual series Gaim follows Coda the whole time.
That's Gaim Gaiden Gaim.
He got a disproportionately large series compared to everyone else.
Yeah. Isn't it weird that we're still getting Gaim Gaidens 2 seasons later? Was Gaim that popular?
Let me tell you about a little series called Kamen Rider Den-O.
Oh, okay. I knew what you were going to say. There was an O's and Den-O movie. That's fucked up.
Fuck.
That went on forever.
It's a miracle
Den-O
that it
better
ever
have been
stopped.
amazing.
Because Den-O was, like, unbelievably popular. And I think Gaim is losing steam for the Gaidens. I think this is probably going to be the last one.
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't expect Gaim Gaiden to be on next season.
I guess we could be wrong. But they are running out of writers.
Yeah, they can only have so many writers.
I don't think anybody is, like, bursting out the gate to watch Gaim Gaiden Kurokage.
I'd check it out.
I'd watch it.
If it was only if it wasn't about Hase, but about a random Kurokage trooper.
It would be about Hase.
His 9 to 5.
Just standing around an open fucking zipper hole in the middle of the city.
He's assigned to guard a vine that has grown in the back street. It might be a Helheim vine, it might just be a normal vine, but until they know, he has to stand there.
This sounds like the most riveting movie. You have to give him, like, pathos or something, like he thinks his wife might be cheating on him or something, and he has to, like, figure out his inner turmoil with his relationship. Maybe his father's in the hospital, he's not doing so well. You know,
struggles to connect with his little son, Hiroshi.
Of course his son's name's Hiroshi.
Every child is Hiroshi in Toku.
So that's our pitch, Toei. Pick it up.
There you go. Jeff, have you seen the Pythagoras form?
Yeah, I have. It's a lot.
I like it.
A lot of right angles. I like it.
A lot of triangles.
Of course.
So Spectre's got a Pythagoras form coming up, and that got revealed this week.
I don't know what the fuck he's going to do for Pythagoras form. I guess shoot triangles.
This is only going to be at a DVD special, or at least it's going to debut at a DVD special. I don't know if it's going to do it like in the actual show.
You know what I realized would be really cool?
What?
Is if, like, you know how he has the gun? He has, like, the gun grabby hand.
Yeah.
Like, if he had the ability to, like, ricochet, like a Gemini laser.
Oh.
And he could do, like, the perfect triangle shots.
That's a pretty good idea. I was going to say if he could, like, bend it into a triangle that hit you with it or something.
That's also good.
Have the fist be at the angle that faces the enemy, and you hit him with a triangle fist. Right?
Are you an idiot?
Yeah.
So, please be excited.
Please be excited. I like it.
Please be excited for Triangle Fist.
I love Ghosts. I love all of Ghost's forms to a degree.
Do too.
Both the look of them and just the concept of famous people from history. I love that concept so much.
It's a great concept. The suits are all really cool. I'm a little bewildered by, like, the Beethoven form. Where they were just make him wave his hands around and fucking musical stanzas will show up.
He conducts the music as it flies through the air.
Yeah, he conducts, but he has no finisher and, like, no special abilities. He just, like, makes shit appear and hit people.
That's because they weren't planning on using it for more than one episode.
Yeah, it'll never show up again.
Yeah, probably. Anyways, that's Pythagoras. We have a little bit more info about Movie Wars Genesis.
Oh boy!
It's got a guy named Javel in it, and he can turn into a guy. He can turn into a Ganma.
Yeah, he has a transforming ability.
Yeah.
That is ill-explained, but allows him to transform into at least a Ganma.
He's got an Eyecon kind of thing, and he turns into a Ganma, and that's all.
So it's like a Gaia memory kind of thing then, where if you just use the Eyecon, you turn into a Ganma.
Oh yeah,
that could be.
Maybe they haven't mentioned that yet, but that'd be a cool angle.
That could be like the secondary thing, like how the Roidmute started like fusing with people and shit later on.
Yeah, if you click on the link down there in the blog post, there's also a picture in that little news story. It's a picture of Ghost's like 1/4 season upgrade. His Jinba, his
the boost form.
Yeah, the boost form.
Thing is fucking hideous.
It looks kind of bad.
It's like I was reading people like praising it earlier. Do your fucking eyes work? It's horrendous. It's not the worst I've ever seen, but it just looks so fucking dumb.
It's first non-good form, really, I'd say.
Yeah. It's something about upgrades now. Like, upgrades have to look like shit.
I don't know. Jimbo's good.
You're like citing Gaim like it has anything to do with the rest of the series.
Well, you're saying upgrades nowadays. I'd say Gaim counts as nowadays.
Gaim does count as nowadays, but it's such an anomaly.
That's true. What about Fang? Does that count? That was okay.
Fang was fucking sweet. It's one of my favorite forms, as a matter of fact.
Fuck you.
Alright, I'm full of shit. We've learned it.
No, but yeah, this doesn't look great. Dead Heat didn't look great.
Ghost has so much in common with Drive, but it's like, if you get something that's pretty good, and then you get the exact same dish warmed over, it's not pretty good anymore.
I don't want to eat chili every day of my life, thanks. I would like some more dishes.
What else happened in the world of Kamen Rider?
There's some new photos out of Movie Wars Genesis. And they don't reveal anything particularly new or interesting, but they are nice looking, and you can look at them.
Everybody likes the photo.
Yeah.
Picture's worth 1,000 words, so we don't have to talk about it.
Let's just make videos.
What else?
That's it.
That's it?
That's everything. That's the news. That's all that happened this week.
We're actually kind of light on emails this time, so if you're waiting for a lull in emails to start sending them to @riderclubradio@gmail.com, there's no
Nice. Oh my god.
It's riderclubradio@gmail.com.
Thank you.
What
do we got this week?
I had some extra ats in there.
Our
first email is from Vinny.
Sup?
And he says, Dear Liam and James, I've been enjoying listening to you talk with your cowboy friend for at least 5 years now.
How come they got your name right, but they didn't get mine right? It's Lenny, you idiots.
My name is actually Chet. Are you not even
Chet.
listening when we introduce ourselves?
Jesus.
But I've got 2 questions for you nerds, so let me drop them on you right now. If you had to pick 2 writers to replace your parents retroactively, who would you choose?
2 writers to replace my parents retroactively.
Is this because we brought up those stupid questions last episode?
It must be. It's the only explanation. I already said I wanted my dad to be stronger, I think. I think he'd make a great dad.
I wanted my dad to be Rider 1.
And for the mom... God, I guess Femme?
I want Rider 2 to be my mom.
Okay.
There's fan fiction about that, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
I could be their son.
I've never... There's fan fiction about Jeff being the son, specifically. I know because I
If there is fan fiction about that, please put that in a nice envelope and write trash on the front of it and throw it in a fucking dumpster.
Oh, I thought you were going to say mail it to you in physical
mail
form.
it to the fucking garbage dump where it belongs.
You should recycle it if it's paper.
That's true. Kamen Rider J Day's coming up, you know.
Oh, yeah. Take care of the Earth. Who would you want to be your dad, Jeff? Rider 1?
Yeah,
and 2?
Rider 1, of course.
Double parents?
Hongo Takeshi.
Not a bad setup.
I want to be the double Rider son.
Not bad.
Also, who in your very well-educated opinion is the cutest rider?
Oh, fuck.
The cutest rider is Kivala.
Kivala, yeah.
Yeah, she's a cutie pie.
I'm gonna go ahead and say... shit. Godai. I'll say Godai.
He's the cutest.
He's cute. He's so nice. It's like... He has the looks of, like that handsome early Heisei look.
But he's also super goofy.
His personality is cute. So I'm gonna say Godai.
Yeah, if you have a lineup of early Heisei riders, they all have the same fucking haircut.
They look like they're from a
same...
JCPenney catalog. And...
They always wear the same puffy jacket.
Yeah.
And they have the same winter children's gloves.
Yeah.
I love early Heisei.
You know what? I like early Heisei a lot too. I think that's my favorite era.
It's up there for me. I don't know if it's my favorite. It's tough.
It's tough to pick, but I've made that decision.
Well, I'm glad that you're so decisive.
Okay, we got any other emails?
Yeah, we have an email from Opshi.
Okay.
Our fan from Bangladesh.
Ooh.
He says, "Hello guys, it's been a while.
South of the border flavor.
I was." Hello guys, it's been a while. I was busy fighting with my nemesis. Although in the meantime, I was able to post an episode of my own podcast, which I was planning for a while.
Ooh.
But it didn't go the way I wanted to. The sound quality completely crashed. Never mind.
Oh.
If you ever get that podcast up, send us a link. I'd like to listen to that.
Yeah.
I guess I won't be able to understand it. Maybe. I guess
Start
if it's in English, I will.
Start the movement in Bangladesh. Do it. The more Rider fans, the better.
Yeah, we'll spread that shit around. Who do you consider to be the worst father or mother in Kamen Rider history?
What is with this?
Bano.
Wait. What is going on here?
I don't know.
What is all this parent talk?
Kamen Riders all have dead parents. All of them. They're all dead.
Almost all of them. Look at Takeru. His dad was so shitty he died.
What an asshole.
Yeah, how could you do that to your child?
Anyway, if I had to pick in all of Rider history who the shittiest parent is, I would say in Kamen Rider Zeto, there's a professor whose son Hiroshi.
Of course, Hiroshi.
Hiroshi's dad kidnaps a man and turns him into a cyborg and then just lets him wander into the fucking woods and get lost for whatever amount of time and creates the Neo-Humanoid, which is an evil puddle that wants to destroy humankind, and then fucks off and lives in a tree for
he lets
a
himself
year.
Get engulfed in cables for a long time.
He lives in a fucking cable tree.
Yeah, he lives in a cable tree.
And when Hiroshi shows up, he's like, my bad, and then he fucking dies.
Spoilers.
Way to go, Pops!
Great dad. Number one dad.
Tree dad is best dad. Who would you say, Liam?
Worst father or worst parent in Rider history?
I guess I just completely spoiled Zeto. You're right.
Well, if you're a true fan, you saw it with us.
That's true. You fucking put up with having to go from 8 different chats so you could fucking watch it.
If you have incredible saint-like patience, you saw it with us. Oh god, worst parent.
Bano's a hard act to follow.
Bano is a very hard act to follow, but not counting Bano. Bano is obviously number one.
Yeah.
Who's shittier? There's probably someone in a series I've seen that I'm forgetting. There's probably some episodic show of villain who's a terrible parent. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna say, in Kamen Rider Black, there is an episode where a child has a portal in his closet that leads to a Golgom underground base. I don't remember what the explanation was, but in his closet, there's a Golgom underground base, and the monsters from Golgom keep harassing him at night. And Kamen Rider Black rushes into this child's home, just completely unsolicited, and goes into the kid's room, and at no point is this kid's parents shown. Not at all. I think if they are, they don't do shit. So I'm gonna say them. They're fucking awful. They let this stranger wander into their home, they let monsters attack their kid, and I'm sure the kid probably tried to tell them, and they were like, it's crazy talk, kid. Get the fuck out of here. Eat your cornflakes.
I love every description. When somebody has to just talk through what happened in an episode of Kamen Rider Black. There's endless enjoyment listening to that.
A lot of Showa series are like that. Out of context, they're just like, what the fuck?
Why was there a portal in this child's closet?
See, if I had the details, it would probably make more sense.
Why were they harassing this child?
I don't remember. That's Showa, though. Like, even Super Sentai has the same thing where, like, a lot of the time the villain's plans will involve a specific child for some reason. Like, their plan of the week, their plan for world domination is to, like, fuck up little Hiroshi's test scores or something. Like,
yeah, like, Bandora fucking hates children. Like, her goal goes from, like, world domination, or, like, the destruction of humankind in episode 1 of Zoo Ranger, to being, like, in episode 25 or something, it's like, let's fuck up this kid's bike.
Make as many kids sad as possible. But to be fair, the reason for that was very good. Bandora's backstory was very good.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah. No spoilers here.
She was straight up like, let's make school last 24 hours.
Let's educate these children.
I fucking hate kids. There's
that picture that everyone posts around of Bandora and her whole gang holding a crying baby. And the subtitle says, yes, cry harder, baby, cry harder. That's Bandora. You've seen her whole character.
Oh, I fucking love Zoo Ranger.
It was a pretty good series.
It's just were the Golgom, like, mutants just hanging around like, I fucking hate this kid.
I don't know.
Let's put something in his fucking closet.
I think they were building a machine and it was just like a totally random side effect. Like, it put a portal in a random spot and it just happened to be this kid's closet. I don't think it was a part of their plan.
Like, I get it's a monster under the bed kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like, oh, there's a monster in my closet. It's actually Golgom.
I think that was the name of the episode. Is there's a monster in my closet, but I don't know.
If there's a monster in your closet, please call Kotaro Minami.
Just you don't have to call him. Just let him burst into your room.
There are a lot of people listening to this podcast that are like, I wish there was a monster in my closet. Then Kamen Rider Black would bust in with his big muscly arms.
You know what? For a chance to meet Kotaro, I would deal with harassments from monsters. For a chance to shake that guy's hand and eat at Billy the Kid, that restaurant he runs.
Just the way you fucking say harassment, like they just come in like, hey kid, your parents don't love you.
Hey, you're ugly.
Hey,
they throw little packing peanuts at him.
Your shorts are too short, you look like a girl. It's funny that I knew he wore short shorts and I haven't seen this episode.
Well, you don't have to. Every Japanese child in the 80s wears tiny little shorts.
Why do you wear your socks up to your knees?
That looks dumb.
What's with the tiny little baseball cap? No one at school likes you.
I want to show a series where a kid wears a little propeller beanie. I haven't seen that yet. I'm sure it happens once. Like a silly fat kid wearing a propeller beanie. I'd be all about that.
I don't even know if we answered that question. It's been so long.
It's something about some kind of thing. Let's move on.
I feel like we answered it.
Probably.
Anyway, our next question is from Hotshot. He says, my question for this week is, who do you think has better gadgets? Double, O's, Forze, or Ghost? Keep up the good work.
Forze.
You like the Astro Switches?
No, I like food droids. Is that the gadgets they're talking about, or are they talking about... I thought they were talking about, like, the Condor phone and the food droids.
Oh, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not belt doodads, but, like, side gadgets. And I like food droids. I haven't even seen Force. I know, Shock and Sin, but food droids are really cool to me. I like the little, like, robot hamburger. I get a kick out of that.
Maybe you should watch this little series called Ninja.
Nope.
There's
Do they have robot hamburgers? No, I don't.
Yeah, the fucking Star Ninja transforms with a goddamn hamburger.
Oh, he's got the hamburger phone, and it's a flip phone, too. Yeah. No, I already watched 3 episodes of the Ninja. I did my time with that show. I'm not going back.
Liam, you should move to Japan. Then your flip phone wouldn't be so out of place.
Yeah, they'd love me there.
No one would ever love you.
Yeah, I know. Flip flown or not.
Flip flown.
Flip flown or not. It's late.
Liam's a little under the weather, if you can tell.
I'm a tad sick and I worked all day today. I could say flip flown if I want.
I would say double, because all of their gadgets had something to do with, like, detective work. Like, private detective work. Like, the bat was, like, a camera.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, one of the others had, like, a recording device in it. It was all like, really in line with the theme of the series.
Yeah. Now the
and I really enjoyed that. And they were very unobtrusive.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I guess if that was your question...
I hope so. What if it was Transformation Doodads? What do you think?
If it's Transformation Doodads, I'm still gonna have to go with double. I fucking love Gaia Memories.
Gaia Memories are so cool. I'm gonna say Ghost.
Oh yeah, you like the Eyecons, don't you?
I like Eyecons. I think they're cool.
Here's the weird thing about that is, like, you were mad because the shift cars didn't do anything.
Yeah.
But Eyecons don't really do anything either. They just flip the little screen in the eye.
Yeah, that's way more than... That's like 10 times the things that shift cars did.
Shift cars...
You press the button on the side.
Shift cars turned into an L.
Oh, ooh. I can slice a Hot Wheel in half and do the same thing.
I actually like Eyecons better than shift cars as well.
Yeah, it's not just that they don't do anything, it's that they're just cars. Eyecons are at least a thing, and you can click the side and they, like, change pictures and they blink, which is kind of cool.
So, like, the shift cars don't do anything? They don't even make the little honky noise?
No. I got one for my girlfriend. It doesn't do anything.
You should press it and go like...
Yeah, that'd be nice. Or maybe have a little light in it or something. No, doesn't do shit.
Oh, that's shitty. I might get an Eyecon as well. I just don't know which one yet. If they do the Leonardo da Vinci Eyecon, I'm definitely going to get it.
That'd be nice. I'm holding out for Napoleon. I don't know if they're going to do it. He's very famous.
He is very famous.
Maybe for a Hyper Battle video, maybe way far along in the series, we'll get Napoleon, but we'll see.
Was that on the list of, like, 1 million icons that they were talking about? 1 million forms?
I don't think he was on the list, no. Maybe I'll get a Ryuki
you're
icon.
Fucked, bro.
Maybe I'll get a Ryuki icon.
I don't like Legend Rider stuff.
I know you don't. I
don't know why. It just does not appeal to me. It feels like we want money so bad we're gonna market previous series to you in this new shit just to get your money.
Well, the thing about it is it doesn't make sense. Like, okay, like look at lock seeds, right? They're fruit. They're made of Helheim fruit. They turn into fruits and nuts.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So how are they the?
So
writers?
why did they become Ryuki? Why is there a picture of Double on this thing? Why is there a picture?
Although I did really enjoy the pun of Ichigo arms, #1 arms.
Oh, and there's also strawberry arms. Ooh.
Yeah, I enjoyed that pun.
Okay, there's that. Ichigo is the system getting confused and not knowing whether it's a strawberry or #1 that it's turning into.
So I would say Eyecons are pretty good, but I still like Gaia Memories better.
Gaia Memories are very cool. They're cool looking. It's cool to hit them. You know, you hold them up and you hit the button.
Yeah, I sit around hitting the Joker one constantly.
Yeah.
So
nifty.
Drives every living being in my house insane.
I bet.
My cat hates it, even. My cat runs out of the room. And that's all for emails this time around.
Yeah, that's all for everything. Well,
I wanted to talk about Blade. We're already over the hour mark here, though.
Whatever. What do you want to say about Blade?
I, at the behest of a lot of people who pushed me towards watching Blade, have been watching it.
Okay.
I watched it before. I only watched about 9 episodes, and I thought it was like the most embarrassing horse shit I'd seen in a long time.
I remember that.
So I rewatched those first 15, and I was ready to fucking give up. Like around episode 12, I was still ready to give up. I was like, this isn't just rough to get through, like everyone was telling me. This is fucking awful. And there was barely anything redeeming about it. But like episode 13 on, it redeemed itself. I really have enjoyed Blade.
Really?
It has a flavor all its own that other writer series at the time have a lot in common with it, but it stands on its own in a very unique way.
What episode are you on?
I am on... actually, hold on one second, I'll tell you.
Alright.
I'm on episode 39.
Damn, you're blasting through that shit.
Yep. I only got a few more left. It only goes to 49. So, I got 10 episodes left.
God, I gotta finish Kuga before you finish this.
Yeah, holy shit, you're still watching Kuga?
5 episodes left. I got 5 episodes left. I'm gonna do it.
Dear God.
I watch like 1 episode every 2 weeks now. And I'll tell you why after I'm done, after I can give a full opinion on the whole thing.
Yeah, we'll have to do like little retrospectives.
Maybe we'll do a spoiler cast on Kuga. Who knows?
Yeah, I'd be up for that. I'd have to refresh myself on Kuga because it's been like 4 years.
Yeah.
Anyway, Blade is pretty solid. There's still parts that drag, and there's still like character problems here and there, and like pacing issues that come up. But overall, it's a pretty darn satisfactory series, and I never thought I'd be saying that after I shat all over Blade.
I know. I've known you for a while, and you've been a Rider fan for a while, and you never have spoken highly of Blade until now.
It's those first, like, 12, 13 episodes are, like, some of them are unbearable.
Yeah.
I just want to turn them off.
Yeah.
And there are people who say, you know, oh, well, the first 13 episodes are kind of rough, and then it gets much better. And they're lying to you because they said kinda rough. They're rough. There's an effect early on when the writers, for some reason, they're imagining the writer system breaking their body.
Okay.
So the camera zooms into their pupil, and they're inside like a Photoshop zone. And the camera pans around them, and they scream, and the Photoshop cracked rock filter goes over them. And then their body shatters into, like, cut and paste bits.
Oh no. I can already see it.
This happens sometimes 4 times an episode.
Oh no.
Oh,
that's
my
weird.
God.
That's kind of weird.
And that's the most heinous
Yeah.
of the weird moments that make no sense and are aggravating. But after that's over, the characters start to develop very heavily.
Yeah.
You start to care about the characters. You start to care about their struggle. You want them to succeed. You see the overwhelming odds, and none of the characters feel superfluous.
Yeah.
Which is something the writer has a lot of trouble with.
I would like to watch Blade. I'm interested in it. Especially now that you've given it a stamp of approval.
Yeah, I would recommend it. I'd recommend it. It's a slog for a few episodes, and then it gets better, and then it gets way better.
Okay, that's cool.
The opening theme song for the first 32 episodes, maybe, is called Blade Brave, and it fucking sucks. I fucking hate it.
Okay.
The first few times I heard it, I was like, oh, this is kind of annoying. That's fine, though. After about time 20, I was just like, I'm gonna mute this every time from now on.
Oh my god.
And
it's no we
people
want to
fight me. Oh my god.
It's a good song.
It's so forgettable.
It's very catchy. I like it. It's upbeat.
I don't remember it. Like, right now,
Really?
this very moment. I heard it, like, not even 2 hours ago, and I don't remember it.
I have it stuck in my head all the time recently.
I can still have drives. I just have surprise drives stuck in my head sometimes.
Surprise Drive was good.
We Think Therefore We Are is nowhere in my brain. I can't even remember
I like it a lot. I like it a whole lot.
Blade Brave sucks. People want to fight me over that already. I've had some people. So if you want to fight me, please come down to 123 Fake Street. My name is Liam.
Hey. Don't give them my real life address on this podcast. I gotta move to 124 Fake Street.
Well, now they know that, too. Anyway. The theme changes to Elements, which is one of the fucking coolest Kamen Rider themes ever.
Really?
Fucking love Elements. And the visuals of the opening of Elements, I would say, are probably the best Rider opening visuals.
That's a pretty high recommendation there.
Everything in the opening has meaning. It's not thrown in for no reason.
Yeah.
Just to look cool. And you get a feel for the characters themselves in it. A little bit. Like, it's sort of... The way they act is very downtrodden. But it feels exciting.
Yeah.
I'm excited when I hear that theme. When I heard Blade Brave, I just wanted it to be fucking over. If you haven't seen the Elements opening, go on YouTube and look it up. It's pretty fucking awesome.
Maybe I will, because I haven't seen it.
What a loser.
Yeah.
You ever watch Kamen Rider, Liam?
No. We've established this. I don't actually watch Kamen Rider.
I don't either. How are we doing this podcast?
We're very good bluffers.
Man, nobody will ever find out. You're going to edit all this out, right?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, they're never going to know.
And that's my opinion on Blade so far. I still have 10 more episodes to go. Who knows, I might hate it at the end of that.
Well...
But right now, I really like it.
That's cool. I can't wait to hear what you think about the whole thing.
And maybe somewhere down the road, we'll have either a Kuga or a Ryuki spoiler cast.
Ooh. Oh boy.
Maybe. We have to have time for it. Like, if an episode gets preempted or something,
like if an episode
gets
canceled for tennis or something, yeah.
So keep in mind a few things. We have a Gmail. It's riderclubradio@gmail.com. We have a Twitter. That's @riderclubradio. We want you to start sending in your opinions on episodes after you've watched them. So we can do secondary Rider opinions.
I'm curious if people... are as harsh on Ghost as we are. I'm curious what the rest of the fan base thinks, because there are a lot of people out there who they like a lot more than I do in Rider. I want to see if you really like Ghost. I want to hear what you have to say. Actually, I want to see what you like so much in it that I don't see. I think that'll be interesting. If your
that could
opinions,
be eye-opening.
It could be If your opinions are counter to ours, especially send those in, because I want to see what those are all about.
If your opinions are the same as ours, send those in as well, because we need the ego boost.
Oh, it'll reaffirm my importance in life so much.
So send in all of your opinions. Send your questions to riderclubradio@gmail.com. We'll read them on the air. As you can tell, we only have a couple this time around, so there's a high likelihood that your question will be read on the air.
We're desperate.
So tune in next time, where we'll probably be talking about Kamen Rider Ghost again.
Great.
Probably.
Bye.
Please be excited.